So let's fast forward a little bit.
Mhm.
So Manna moves from our interim facility, it's 1,800 square feet, to new Manna, which
Right.
is about how much?
It's about 2,500. So
2,500
it's not hugely different.
But the pandemic comes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then what happens?
So the pandemic was one of those events that truly proved the quality of Manna and the quality of support for Manna. We had to, like everyone, this isn't unique to Manna. Everyone had to very quickly pivot and quickly decide, what are you going to do? Are you either going to just kind of shut the doors and say, we can't do this because it's not going to be safe, or we don't have the money, or are you going to say, we are going to figure it out? We don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to figure it out. And so for Manna, because we are about food, we knew we had to stay open and we knew we had to continue. And that's what we did. Like, we didn't know exactly what to do, but we did it. We did not close one day during the pandemic.
This is exceptional, right? I mean, as we went around society during that time, there were most things closed, but Manna was able to stay open.
Amazingly, once we began messaging that to the community, the food and the money and our volunteers just continued to come in. It was amazing. I remember that probably as really the highlight of my professional life, that we were able to do this. It's not my professional highlight. It is the professional highlight that I witnessed, that together we were able to do this. And the Y had to close down. And the Y and Advanced Living and Peak, they said, we will keep the lobby open so that Manna can continue to function. And one of the beautiful things is that in this lobby, people could sit, it would be very quiet and very calm, and you could just see people kind of just relax because they knew they were going to get food. They were in a quiet place. People were orderly. It was really amazing that just that sense that we were also providing almost this haven for people just to kind of come in and be served.
How much did need grow in the pandemic? Was it 3 times?
I think so. We have the chart.
So meals served in Manna's.
I know.
It comes for everybody. So 40,000 meals in 2019 goes to close to 80,000 meals in 19 and 20, and close to 100,000 meals in 21.
Right.
That has not gone down.
No.
Where today it's 160,000
meals. Yes.
That are distributed.
Yeah.
We see the stock market continues to boom right now, and even during the pandemic it went down, but it has really boomed since. What are we seeing in our community? What are we seeing in suburban food insecurity?
So I think 2 things. I think the need has become greater, but also within that pandemic time, people became aware of Manna. And so some people who utilized us during Manna, they, even though their situation has improved, anyone who was in any kind of economic instability during the pandemic, they've never really fully recovered. And so they continue to need that food. And then a lot of the social programs that happened during the pandemic, like, do you remember the child credit and then the checks that we all got? Well, that was great for people in economic instability. And then all of a sudden that went away. Like, there was a 3-time, the SNAP payments that were increased. All that went away very suddenly. And so the people that needed food during the pandemic, they still need food. Maybe not in the same degree, but that, I think, has contributed in some ways to the numbers that we still see growing. And the other thing is that in this area, housing is so expensive. There just isn't enough low-income housing, so they're struggling with that. And just getting, jobs that pay any kind of living wage. So the need is still there. And we're really at a point now that we're kind of facing another cliff, because we know that once the SNAP changes come as of September 1st, we're going to see a lot more people needing help.
And you're referring to the SNAP changes from the One Big Beautiful Bill.
Yes. And then also the federal cuts that are coming to food programs. Actually, that has already happened. Yeah.
So through this all, pandemic, funding cuts, changes, growing, you could see divide in food security for folks. Two parents are working, one loses their job.
Right.
They have to pay either for the roof of the head or they pay for the food on the table.
Right.
Manna supplies that supplemental food. During this all, you have to continue to push the team, to rally the volunteers to evolve Manna itself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So since the pandemic to now, what would you say are the top 3 things that you have, how Manna has evolved?
Yes.
First part of the question. Second part of the question is what would you say is your biggest leadership gift that enables you to achieve these things, and in turn enables Manna to deliver these increased services to the community?
I always come from a place of, if you are not evolving, then you are not serving your community. You have to see what the needs are, and you have to, as an organization or as a person, you have to evolve to try to meet those needs. And after the pandemic, and actually during the pandemic, we became aware, because these people were flooding us, where have these people been? Because we knew that, some people were there only because of the pandemic. We saw obvious middle-class families coming in and getting food. But those people gradually, as the pandemic kind of waned, we didn't see them anymore. But the people that we had seen for the first time during the pandemic and then stayed with us, all of a sudden they were much more diverse than we had ever served before. And so that was, just seeing that, we were like, something's going on here. And that something is, we're not reaching all of the people that need our services in the North Penn region. That's when we started, with your and Niha's help, the 10-year campaign. This 10-year campaign was planned to go from 2021 to 2031, and we call it a North Penn where no one is hungry. Because we really believe we're at a point in Manna's development that we can say that. We can create, in this period of time, programs and accessibility where no one will go hungry. And we define that as anyone that does need food will be able to get it within 24 hours. And so that is how we've evolved from what we saw during the pandemic and what we knew that this region needed. And
in that campaign, you've opened up a new facility.
We have.
Yeah, so tell us about that facility.
Yeah, so this is so much fun. Again, I'm a big fun person. I do what I love to do, and I try to have fun doing it. So one of the main goals of this 10-year campaign was to create an online market hub, because our pantry, or what we call our market, is a choice market. So through a software called Smart Choice, we have a great inventory. We're able to keep a big inventory of donated food, and then allow people to come in twice a month to our market and shop based on a point value, and through the Smart Choice system. And so the Smart Choice system has an online component, and people can order from the comfort of their home, and then come and pick up their groceries. And before our new building, the online market hub, it accounted for about 30% of the orders were online, and then the rest were all on-site shopping.